Yo, 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 what's going on, Chad? This is Dr. Chieftain's Sunflower back with another live video. Mic check, mic check, mic check. Asio Maniji, Asio. Shout out to all the copper tone melanated people around the world, especially on Turtle Island. As you can see from the title, never forget just how chosen you are. Never forget how chosen you are, my Niji. Never forget that. So whether you watching this on a replay or are you joining this live, don't be afraid to drop your questions in the chats. This is mostly like a stream. I mean, not a stream, but of course it's a stream, but it's a chill stream. This is a chill stream. Just sharing some positivity today. You know, I'm on here late, but better late than never. This is the Hood to Hooded podcast where we are breaking generational curses and inspiring you to brush and floss your teeth. So make sure you brush and floss your teeth before you lay down or in the morning. I mean, if you're watching this on the replay, just make sure you do it twice per day. And we also spread those positive vibes, and especially our Niji history, okay? So tonight is just a chill scope. I just want to motivate my tribe to remember just how chosen you are, all right? Remember just how chosen you are, guys. I had a pretty good day, and you know, another day in entrepreneurship. Every day is different. Today was pretty much like lots of paperwork, phone calls, you know, stuff like that, handling business. I want to send a special shout out to all of my new subscribers on YouTube and Twitch. Thank you guys for supporting the movement and helping me break generational curses by reaching a wider audience and just sharing these good vibes. You know, we got to keep the vibes here real high, real high. Keep these vibes real high, my Niji. It's like I don't have enough time in the day, honestly. But today was a pretty cool day. Like I said, I handled business, then took a little lunch break while I was handling business. I found this gift card that I had for over a year. Let me turn this down a little bit so you guys can hear me clearly. So I had this gift card that I had for over like a year. So I wanted to use that today. It was $50 for Starbucks, so you know, we went on a little Starbucks run, and then went to the park, and I ran into this little bluebird. He looked like a parrot, but he wouldn't fly away from me. So I got so many videos of this bluebird. He was absolutely adorable. I don't know what was wrong with him, but he would not fly away. He let me just record him for like a whole hour. I don't know if he was stuck. Woo! What's up, Dr. Sean? I've just been so busy with stuff. I haven't joined your live streams, but I've been watching them on the replay. What day is this for the consistency challenge? Man, I lost count. I feel like if I stop counting, I could be more consistent. But it's definitely in the 30s. I hope all has been well with you, Clifford 2000 fan. Yeah, life be life, and we've all been busy, but I've still been showing up despite the busyness. I've been showing up, um, still dropping positive energy, and thank everybody who watches the replay. So if you watch the replay, I really appreciate it. I feel like my live streams are on to a slower progress, but we still growing. We still growing. Everything takes time, which is why the consistency challenge matters. It's because it's forcing me to do something that feels extremely uncomfortable. Showing up live every day, even on the days that I don't feel like it, even on the days where I'm kind of tired and pooped at the end of the day, because I've been super, super busy, we still don't make no excuses. I still don't make any excuses for, not showing up for my goal. And, you now have 954 subs. Yes, I'm almost to 1K. This 1K has been a little tough. I've been stuck at 954 for a couple days, but it be like that. Sometimes it'll grow fast, and other times it takes a while. But patience is a virtue. So I have a whole year to go doing this challenge. And I started from 114 all the way to 5 something. Now we almost to 1K. So that's pretty amazing. I'm really proud. And even on Twitch, we hit over 100 on Twitch now. So it's definitely growing. I just have to stay consistent, show up, and keep coming in, vibing with my tribe. Thank you for following Magnus 322445. Thanks for the follow. Oh, it gave me a little kick, something. That was kind of cool. So yeah, guys, today we are talking about never forget just how chosen you are. This is a chill stream. I'm not going in. Drop your questions in the chat. I'm letting the chat lead this stream. Now, of course, if y'all don't ask questions, then y'all know I can ramble on. Because nothing is worse than a chat that is just empty and I'm just sitting here sweating bullets because I'm nervous and anxious and don't know what to say. So, just make sure you drop your questions and let me know what's on your mind. Alright? So my message is pretty simple. Just remember who you are at all times. In today's world, it can be so easy to get lost in the sauce because there's so much stimulating our minds right now. Every social media has a timeline, and on that timeline you are fed lots and lots of stuff. Our attention span is now 3 seconds. It's probably a little bit less than that. 3 seconds, guys. That's how long our attention span is. So people can get distracted, get lost with their goals, just have too much going on, and we have to take time to just calm down. Hey, Dr. Sean, you're officially the real tooth fairy, period. So how many teeth did you snag on your rounds today? Keep being amazing at what you do. Thank you. Yeah, I consider myself a tooth fairy. I didn't extract any teeth today. Sometimes I don't extract teeth, guys. But I did a lot of other stuff. I basically had like a business day today. Remember who you are. It sounds like Mufasa from The Lion King. Yes, chosen ones. You got to remember who you are. You got to remember who you are. All right. Even on your tough days, you got to remember who you are. Those are the days you need it the most. What are your thoughts on LeVar Burton? I don't know. I don't have any thoughts. I don't have any thoughts. What are your thoughts? That's the guy. I know that name. Don't tell me that name. I know that name. Remember who you are. Okay. So this stream is for the people who have been overlooked, misunderstood, and weighed down by pain or pressure. We all have some pain. We all have some pressure some days. Sometimes you can feel overlooked, but this is a reminder for us to know who we are, even on those days when you feel overlooked, overworked, a lot of pressure from your job or from school or from your family, from your friends. You got to take a step back and remember who you are. All right? Have you read his story? I have not read his story. Is this like a current story or something from the past? Let me know. Let me know. Have you watched Reading Rainbow as a kid? Yes, that was one of my favorite shows. That's where I know that name from. But I was actually a kid, so I was into the show versus the actual name of the guy. And that was the black guy, the Niji, I would call him. But you know, yes, that was one of my favorite shows. Take a look. It's in a book, The Reading Rainbow. Yeah, that was. Listen, I was raised on all of those shows. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, The Reading Rainbow, Sesame Street, all of those is why I'm kind of like Dr. Sean, because I love educational programs growing up. Definitely The Reading Rainbow. Have you? I already read that. I'm about to read the same thing over again. But what happened? What is his story? Let me know. Shaka Khan's version of the theme was my favorite. Yeah, man, that was my favorite as well. Like, that's childhood memories, boy. That's like 80s, 90s. The best times ever. They can't recreate it. Like, people still try to recreate the 90s. I think that's the most copied era ever. The 80s, kind of, but the 90s. And I think that might have been the 80s going into the 90s. I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong. I was just a kid. Alright. So chosen ones, guys, these are the ones born into chaos, sometimes poverty, abandonment, abuse, and you just never know when you judge a book by its cover what people have went through, okay? But that does not mean that you are not called for a higher purpose. If you feel something nudging you, even though you are going through different situations, that is your purpose calling you. It's trying to get you in alignment. It's trying to make you remember who you are. To those folks out there who give up, who have given up, are thinking about giving up, are scared to keep moving forward into the greatness that you already possess, this is for you. Even if you had to go through the fire, you got to recognize the gift that you possess. And this is talking to myself too, because sometimes, a lot of times, I doubt myself. But I still keep going, but it's still a little bit of self-doubt, you know. For example, with this live, I don't always have the right answer and the right shit to say. But I still show up. There was a documentary on making of the Reading Rainbow. I would really love to see that. You know what? Let me see if I can find that on YouTube, because I love the Reading Rainbow. Let's see if we can find it. I see him on here, but I don't really see the documentary. It said LeVar Burton reveals why Hollywood canceled the Reading Rainbow. It said that he was brainwashing children. No, he was not brainwashing children. I'm not sure if that's the story that you're talking about, but that's what I'm running up on. Reading Rainbow 1983. I know that had to be pretty old, because I was just a little kid when that came out. It came out before I was even born. Yeah, I'm going to have to check into that, because I don't know much about that. Hello. Hello, beautiful lady. Hi, Miss Cynthia. How are you today, queen? The document The documentary is called Butterfly in the Sky. They probably don't have it. Oh, it is on here, but it's only like 1 minute of it. Darn it. How you feeling today? Yeah, thank you for pointing that out, Clifford 2000 fan. I'm definitely going to see if I can find it. I can't find it on YouTube so far, but I'm gonna do a little digging. Yeah, it seems like it's gonna be a little messy when I start digging, cause I already see some things like LeVar Burton on Why the Reading Rainbow was canceled, and it seems like it's gonna be some BS up in there. So I'm definitely gonna check it out. One of my favorite shows, most certainly. Thank you for the follows, guys. I don't know if y'all trolls or not. I guess we'll see in a little while, cause Kick be having them trolls. So on Kick, I have a little time limit before you can comment if you follow, because I had a lot of trolls. Tired but blessed. I know you are tired. It's pretty late. I'm a night owl though. I've been up busy all day working, and then I took a little break, went to the park, had a nice little lunch, late lunch. Looked at the water, the Hudson River, and just let the wind blow on my face and my legs, and just listen to the birds and just try to relax. And as chosen ones, you need that. You be tired, but you gotta learn how to relax, rest your body, listen to your body. This week we've been talking about a lot about overworking, and how that can really burn you out, and pretty much, I hate to say it, but you can cause your own demise, because stressing, overworking, not listening to your body, knowing that you're chosen, but overworking and not trusting in your gift can cause you not to take a break. Yesterday, I don't know if it was like yesterday's live, we talked about a young lady who was working 7 days a week, and she ended up needing a break. She wrote, the last message she wrote on social media was, Quita needs rest. And then she went and she died in her sleep, unfortunately. So that was a sad story of someone who was working so hard, and she had a business, and you could be working so hard and not enjoying just the simple, not even the fruits of your labor, but just the day. So we got to take our time back. So today, that's why I took a little time, went to watch the water on purpose, because I just wanted to break away from work for a second and not overwork. And then I ran into another story of this postman. He was off, and they called him in because they were short, and this man ended up not being able to make it home, and it was the end of his life while he was working. So he worked so hard, and he died while he was working. Look at this fly. I need a fly swatter. The summertime is so bad for flies in New York. But yeah, so my message is for you to not forget just how chosen you are. Not forget to take a break. Don't let these jobs do you in, because that's not living a quality life, just working all the time, day and night, never taking a break. She said, my Lord, right. So for the post office guy, they were short staffed, and he took the extra shift, but he ended up probably being burnt out, picking up the shift, thinking about the money, and not being able to make it home to his loved ones. If I don't give y'all no other message today, is to take care of yourself. These jobs, even if you're an entrepreneur, learn how to listen to your body. Do not put work and money in front of your health, in front of your peace. Sometimes a little peace goes a long way. It goes a long way. Just an hour outside in the sun, allowing the sun to just hit your skin, letting the wind touch your face, being grounded, putting your feet on the ground and just being grounded and just getting back centered to who you are. It allows you to be so creative. It just opens up the inside of you. It takes your focus off of the phone, off of the strolling, off of the constant just need for something to be in your brain. It's like a social media addiction. You stroll, you stroll. I have so many videos saved, but it just comes from constant strolling and not being in charge of your peace and your time. And as chosen ones, we have to remember how important it is to control your peace. Okay? Don't let a job take your peace away, a relationship. Nothing should take your peace away. If it's starting to bother your peace, I don't care if it's a job, a person, place, or a thing, you gotta eliminate it. And whatever happens after that, hey, if you got your peace, that is priceless. You can't put a price on that. My buddy Husky Dog 88 is working on a remix of the Reading Rainbow theme using Chaka Khan's voice from 2000 with electronic synth elements from the 1983 original. That's pretty cool. He also did a song Evolution video on the show. I can't wait for that to drop. Sounds like it's gonna be pretty cool. Y'all gotta kill this fly. He getting on my nerve. Gotcha, sucker. Oh, the summertime is the worst for these fruit flies. I just hate them. Hate them. I didn't mean to unalive our little friend right there, but he had to go. I am not a bug person. I'm not a bug person, y'all. Alright. Thank you, thank you because this is for me. Yes, Miss Scent, you gotta listen to your body. Go ahead and take a little cruise to the beach. Walk on the sand. Tomorrow's not promised. Work is always gonna be here. Even for me as an entrepreneur, I have to step back and time myself because I can get so wrapped up into doing things. Now I time myself so that I'm more productive with shorter time and I still control my time because I'm a new entrepreneur. I'm still learning and it's a lot I don't know. But one thing I refuse to sacrifice is my happiness and my peace. I will never put entrepreneurship in front of that. I will never put business in front of that, which is why, on these busy days, I make time to just relax. I'm making time to try to fit in some traveling so I can come home and just be home and actually adding this into my schedule because, entrepreneurship can really burn you out if you let it, but you can't let nothing. Remember, as a chosen one, you're going to be called to a higher standard. So sometimes you can put too much pressure on yourself. But always remember, tomorrow is not promised. Wake up with peace. Spend some time for yourself. Self-care. Now I'm getting back into the self-care. I kind of been eating crazy, y'all. I've been eating crazy. I don't eat meat, but I still eat crazy. Because they make everything plant-based now, so it's like you still eating meat. So I'm trying to get rid of the meat and just get back into a healthier routine so that when I go home, my daddy won't be calling me dripping grease because he be love talking about people dripping grease. And I'm not dripping grease. My cheeks, my daddy be talking about me. So I'm going to be healthier, get out, take a walk, drink more water, and try to get back into the health that way because I done fell off the track. Fell off the track a little bit. It's time for me to reel it in, but nobody's perfect and we all just growing. Like I don't even beat myself up about it. That's why I'm just taking it a day at a time, guys. Get a bug zapper. That'll get them. I have a bug zapper, but it's not in this room. I have one in another location, but I need one in here because what is going on? That's the only one I've seen so far. They can get pretty bad. I tried the bug, the stickers, the zapper. apple cider vinegar. I tried a couple things, but I haven't really found a good solution for the flies. They just, ugh, yuck. All right. So as a chosen one, you are the seed carrier. Some people don't even notice. You are the seed carrier. What does this mean? What does this mean, my Niji? So when you are the seed carrier, you're the one that is going to fertilize the land. You're the one that can fertilize other minds and inspire them and motivate them and keep them moving in a positive direction. But sometimes you can't see that because of where you come from, because of the abandonment that you feel. The abuse, the chaos, the poverty can overshadow the seed that you carry, the light that you carry. So I don't want us to get in our own way of the curses that we can break as chosen ones when we just keep moving forward. Keep your mind on elevating. Knowing that you are the architect of your entire life. Whatever you think, you shall be. So if you walk around being negative, then that's what you shall be. So as a chosen one, it is up to you. With the seed that you carry, are you going to plant that seed in good soil? Are you going to nurture it? Are you going to know the task and the responsibility that you have? Are you going to protect yourself, your peace, your mind? Because if you down and out and you burnt down and you're not listening to your body, you're not getting rest, you're not drinking water, you're not, at peace and happy, then how could you inspire other people? That's something that I had to realize when I was going through my journey with, feeling sad all the time, thinking about trauma from the past. I had to move forward from that in order to inspire other people, because I had to learn how to inspire without the sadness. It is my story, but it is not my future. It is what made me who I am, but it does not determine who I become. Hire a spider like in Charlotte's Web. Spiders eat insects. Oh, listen, you do not want to see me and a spider on live stream. That is not going to happen. That already happened once before, and it was not good. You see me now, I'm looking for spiders and bugs, like, they be hiding and creeping. Like, where y'all be coming from? The spiders, man. Yeah, that ain't gonna be good. I would never hire a spider. The only spider that I'm not afraid of is a daddy long leg. That's because they got more legs than body. I might have picked a couple of those up when I was little, but the other spiders, the hairy ones, the big woofy ones, or even just regular spiders, I'm not an outside girl. Like me, I would probably not go real camping, but maybe glamping. I'm not gonna sleep in the tent on the ground, but maybe in a RV or something, or maybe not even spend the night, because I'm really scary. Yeah, no. I like scary movies, but I'm scary. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Alright, that is not gonna happen, y'all. Funny recommendation. Alright. So to my chosen ones, remember that your light irritates those sleeping in darkness. What do I mean by this? That means that if you walk into the room and your light shines, it's going to irritate the people who are sleeping in darkness. Whether they're sleeping on you or they sleeping on themselves, they're not going to like it. Because they're going to be like, why you bright? Why you shining so bright? Why you always got this positive energy? Why you always helping people? Why you so kind? It just confused them because they're not used to that. They're used to being in the dark, living in the turmoil. I can't even talk today. They used to gossiping about the next person. They used to spreading your business. They used to drama. They used to always being in some messy shit. That's what they used to. Okay? So when you are the light, when you are the seed carrier, your light is going to irritate these folks. It's going to irritate their energy. It's going to irritate them. But that is not your problem. Say it with me. It is not my problem if my light irritates your darkness. It is not my problem. Okay? It is my power. My light is my power. Just like when you turn the lights off, you don't have no power. You see, when you flick the light switch, you got power. Now you can see, you can do. That's the same way the chosen ones are. When they're in their highest form, when you have that self-care element, when you getting your proper rest, when you drinking water, when you just trying your best every day to get back in alignment with who you are, your happiness, your joy, when you're not allowing any negativity that comes your way to stop you, this is when you are truly letting your light shine. And just know that you're going to irritate some folks who don't like it. I don't like the way she shine. I don't like the way I don't like it. They're not worried about themselves. They're worried about you. They want to know why you are who you are. But don't be misled, chosen ones. Continue to let your light shine. You've been called for this spot. Don't let nobody trick you out your spot. Nobody. The bugs come from outside. They want to escape the heat and be cool. Possibly a consequence of climate change. I never thought about that. So the buzz is hot as hell outside. I never thought about that. You know, I feel like climate change is really having an impact this year because it's been a lot hotter here in New York, but it's also been a very long winter. So it's just a lot different than when I first moved to New York, the climate. When I first moved, it was really nice. The seasons were more, showing up when the hell they supposed to. Summer, fall, winter. Now it's just winter, skip spring, a little summer, back to winter. I'm just saying. That's how I feel. That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. But I'm gonna need the bugs to find another place to sneak in. I really do. I need them to get away from me. Dr. Sean don't do no bugs. I don't do no bugs. No, thank you. Alright, so how do chosen ones forget who they are? Because that's the topic now. I'm just talking, y'all. Y'all can ask questions. You can drop your thoughts in the chat. Thank you, Clifford 2000 fan, for dropping those thoughts in the chat about where the bugs come from. Alright, so chosen ones forget who they are through systemic spiritual amnesia, and this was engineered. Okay, you've been told to be quiet, shut up. The school system didn't really educate you. They trained you to go to work and conditioned you to feel less than a lot of the times. Okay? Even in the media, melanated people are portrayed in a negative light a lot of the times. Even in the workplace, they can be draining as well. So all of these different things, from school to work to the media, it can teach you how to forget just how chosen you are. And you can fall a trap to a system that was engineered to make you feel defeated, to break your spirit. Alright? So when you say, dang, how did I forget how chosen I am? It's because of your environment. It's all around you to forget who you are, to make you not want to tap into your greatness because it looked like a lot of hard work. But guess what? It's in your DNA. Once you flip the switch, how we talked about the light, when you're in darkness, and you just don't care. You just don't give a fuck. Excuse my French. You just gave up. This is when you in the darkness. But the moment you turn on the light and you want a better quality of life, you not allowing anything to stop you from fulfilling your dreams. You just knocking out all the excuses. You standing on business. You holding your head high. You leading with confidence. You getting rid of the fear. And you remember just how chosen you are. Watch how amazing your life starts to get. Even your hard days won't look like hard days no more. When I step back into my purpose, I realize, dang, my hard days ain't hard days no more, because I don't let shit stress me like that no more. I don't. I really don't. I used to let everything just bother me, like stress me out, overwhelmed, worried about the business, worried about that. But I had to let all of that go. Whenever I feel like a climate of stress coming up, I have to go and do something normal. That's why I say, oh, you know what? I feel a little stressed. Let me step back from this. Go take a walk. Let me go just listen to the birds. Because the birds, just listening to the birds. Am I the only one? But just the sound of the birds in the morning or at sunset or even at sunrise. It's just so calming. Listening to the water, the birds, going to the park, just looking at the sky, like some natural stuff that don't cost a thing, that you can just do. Anywhere on the planet you could just do. You can go outside and find animals and trees and, some regular stuff. LeVar Burton started off studying for the priesthood, but then pursued a career in acting. His first gig was Roots. Then he went on to do Reading Rainbow, then Star Trek TNG. That's where I remember him from. I really gotta look into that. He did do Roots. I don't really fool with Roots no more, because I feel like it don't connect me to my indigenous Niji history. That is something that I grew up on, Roots and Color Purple and Kunta Kinte, because, that's just, movies that you see. But now that I see what's in those movies, and the Niji are waking up, and we going back and realizing who we really, I feel like it's propaganda, because it's trying to tell you where your roots are from. And just like school, in order to find out where your roots are from, you literally which is what surprised me. I had ancestors right here on Turtle Island, aka America, aka Tamerica, aka the Mississippians, aka American Indians, and I didn't even know, because I was connecting to a story that was a generic story that didn't really connect me to my people. This is why I love doing your genealogy. It just make you feel so connected, so empowering. Austin Ramsey, thank you. It just makes you feel so empowered to connect the dots on who you truly are. And doing your genealogy may seem like it's so much work, but it's like a daily journey. I don't work on my genealogy every day, because sometimes it can get kind of tricky, confusing when you trace certain lines. But I just love it. It has become like a hobby of mine. Figuring out who my true ancestors are, where they come from, the lands that they walk, the places that they have been, is eye-opening. So movies like Roots, Kunta Kinte, my dad said they made them watch that like in high school. Like they forced them to watch Kunta Kinte. Okay? Those movies are so traumatic and just traumatic. But we not going down the history lane tonight. But Niji history is always in our mind. But those movies are just traumatic. I could go on and on and talk about how I feel about it, but I don't know. But thank you for reminding me of who that is. That is exactly where I remember him from. Roots and the Reading Rainbow. That is crazy. And they thought he was brainwashing the kids from the Reading Rainbow. That is crazy. I gotta look into this. Clifford 2000 fan, thank you for pointing that out. I'm gonna look into that. I want to know more. I need to know more. Alright? So, remembering who you are. right? So remember how we forget who we are when we're chosen ones. We can forget who we are because of the school system not educating us properly. They educate us on a colonized system. Okay, what does this mean? When you get out, you're ready to go to work. You're not ready to start a business. You don't have financial literacy. They block a lot of these programs out of the schools because they don't want a whole high school getting out and just starting a business and being financially literate. They want you to be ready to go into the work pipeline, not to be a boss, not to be a creator, not to stand on business. They want you to stand under the business, be told what to do, have a boss for the rest of your life. They don't want you to take that leap of faith and say, you know what, I'm chosen, I have a voice, I'm going to write that book, I'm going to go and speak, I'm going to go and do a nonprofit, I'm going to go do something great that I know is inside of me, I'm going to go get a trade, I'm going to go do some HVAC or some welding. Do y'all know these people be making bank? Locksmith, you can get a trade in anything. You don't have to be under nobody's thumb. But entrepreneurship is not for everybody. It can be tough, but my point is, don't stay in places that don't make you happy. As a chosen one, you got to be happy. You got to listen to your spirit. Don't let these jobs take you out. I done told y'all about 2 people in 2 days who have not ended their life by enjoying the fruits of their labor because they were focused on working. Listen, tomorrow is not promised to none of us. I want to be able to say, if I leave, God forbid, tomorrow, I want to be able to say, I enjoyed today. You feel me? I want to be able to say, you know what, I enjoyed going to the river, to the Hudson River, and just people watching and just animal watching and just feeling the breeze and getting away from the seriousness that comes with my life or dentistry. I enjoy that because I have so much going on where it just kind of has been stressing me out because I haven't been able to get home to my hometown like I want to because I'm focused on business. I haven't been able to travel like I want to because I'm focused on business. But hey, this is what comes to the territory. At the end of the day, I still must stay dedicated to finding peace inside of every day, no matter what. Whatever happened to you during any day, just find your peace inside of that day. Make sure you get some rest. You don't want tomorrow to be the day that you're gone and your last memory is that you at work. Like, no, you too chosen for that. All right?